If you practice Christian Science, you will be astonished about immediate healing. What happens there? It is really remarkable. And I'll tell you one case which is very important to illustrate that and to know about that, because time often is a factor in people's thought. It's not good now, but it will be better in 3 weeks' time, after much prayer, after much work and exercise. This is what we sometimes regard a healer, time. Time is not a healer in metaphysics. Time doesn't even exist in the kingdom of God. So we approach it like we approached the castle. Perfect man, completeness is a given. It's right here. And I illustrate this with a story, with a healing experience I had with a young girl. She was the age of 12. And I was a little astonished that she had the courage to call me. Rarely young girls, the age of 12, call me. She had some disorder with her eating. She couldn't hold food. It was going on longer than a week. She has seen a doctor and he was medicated, but it didn't relieve, it became even worse. And so her mother offered her, you could call a Christian Science practitioner. She was dealing with Christian Science and she offered her daughter to make a contact. So she called me and she was explaining the symptoms, and immediately said to her, you know what we do? We do a very, very simple thing. We step now into the presence of love, which is all around you, like the air is around us. It's a force, a power I have experience with, and you also, you know that love exists. But how big is love? Love is infinite. Love is all-powerful. Love does not allow any disorder. So we join it, we open for it. We wrap yourself in this divine presence of love. And we ended our conversation, which was very short, a few minutes only, and I said, call me again. When she put down her phone, the mother asked the family to join for supper. And she sat down at the table and ate a complete full meal without any disorder. It was just gone, it was not existent any longer. So, completeness has been revealed to her. But again, this is a healing of, someone could say, it is psychosomatic. It was good psychology she was given. No, there's more in it. We see that divine healing goes deeply into the structures of the body, into the bones, into the genes. And I would like to give you 2 more examples to look at the whole range of human affairs and ailments. For the divine method of healing, nothing is light and nothing is difficult. This is also qualities which do not exist in the realm of divine mind. No disease is difficult to heal, no disease is easy to heal. There's just this one divine goodness. It exists as the one power, so to speak. A lady phoned me who just has left hospital. She had a quarrel with her physician there because she was brought there without her feeling fine to do that. Her son has brought her because she had fallen down the staircase and she had crushed her shoulder joint. And she was brought to the hospital, she was x-rayed, and they diagnosed a completely deranged shoulder, many parts. There are many parts. Somewhere an operation is necessary, the physician said. You have to have an operation. If you don't, everything would heal up in a weird way and you wouldn't be able to move your arm again. So it's inevitable. She was a Christian scientist who had experience for tens of years, and she had experienced nice healings, deep healings. So she felt secure in Christian Science healing. She declined the offer of an operation. She was brought home, and she contacted me as a practitioner of Christian Science. Now, how to approach such a physical thing with a purely spiritual, a little bit later, more deeply. We worked with an idea, with a quality like divine principle, which sends out order all the time, which sends out, so to speak, intelligence of the plan we are built in, or we are built with. The blueprint of our existence rests in divine mind, and principle unfolds it. When a human is developing, this plan unfolds. It's imminent, it's always there. And we opened our mind again for that fact. Divine principle is bringing about order, and we accept it with our whole heart, our whole mind, and our whole being. We meditated on it, we integrated it into our thought by using also some texts from the Bible and from Science and Health by Mary Bigaretti. Now, after a few weeks, she was completely fine. She could move her arm, she could even raise it over her head. She was completely fine. And she had another visit at the hospital to have a picture of it. And they made a picture, an X-ray, and they congratulated her to that excellent healing achievement, as they said. They couldn't have set the bones better than they were. So again, another proof of the divine quality, principle at this point. Now, Mary Bigaretti gives us 7 synonyms for the divine activity, for the divine being, which is not to be seen as a human personality whom we could ask, please do this or that. This doesn't work that good. So she found out from her deep study of the Bible that we need to approach the divine. We cannot ask it, please intervene in my affairs and make a change here. It is obviously the divine person is as an infinite person. We cannot talk to it as to a friend. Please do this and that, and if nothing happens, big questions arise. Does God exist? Does he not love? Is he not love because he's not helping me? Mary Bigaretti makes very clear that we can only deal with God on a level of superpersonal, divine presence. We cannot ask God, we have to cooperate with the divine reality. A little bit like as we cooperate with, to illustrate it, with the law of gravity. It's everywhere. It's active. We are so used to it that we even do not think often about it. We cooperate in a way that we lay a book down on the table here, and the gravity holds it there. It doesn't float around. We know gravity holds it there. It's reliable, it's safe. It works at this table and on the next table too. So the divine law of harmony, of life, of restoration, of manifestation of completeness is ever active, ever present. So we need not to ask it, we just have to apply it, like mathematics. We cannot ask the principle of mathematics, please resolve this calculation for me. Nothing will happen. But in applying it, in accepting its rules, we find the solution. We cannot ask the sun, please shine into my dark room here. We have to open the windows. We have to go outside to take part in the light. And this is the same way we do in prayer. We open our heart for what is. Maybe divine principle, maybe divine love. Now, Mary Big already gave 7 synonyms for divine mind. One of it is love. Another is principle. Another is life. Always in the infinite meaning. Infinite life power. Infinite principle. Infinite love. Infinite mind. Infinite soul. Infinite spirit. What is left, I think?
Truth.
Truth. Thank you very much. What is the truth of being? The truth of being is, of course, completeness, perfection, here and now. So, in having all these 7 synonyms, we have wonderful tools with which we can connect every human need. Mary Big already gave those 7 synonyms for the world. She was being, she has lived in the late 19th century in the area of Boston in Northern America, and it was a deeply Christian environment she lived in. So the Bible was her book of reference. She studied it deeply because the Bible was a document of her cultural environment, which brought healings by spirit alone. So the Bible is a documentation of spiritual healings from thousands of years back up to the Christian times. And she studied all these healings deeply to get out the rules. In finding the 7 synonyms, she brought something to the world which is for the future, so to speak. It is talking even to the non-religious people. It is even talking to non-Christian people. It is talking to Buddhists, it is talking to Muslims, it is talking to everybody. Because, think about it, they are not even religious terms. Love, life, truth, spirit, soul, mind, and principle. They are universal terms. So she helps us to use a universal language and do not fall into the trap, please God, do this and that. This is something we leave in Christian Science. We open the mind for principle. We open the mind for infinite love, living us. We open the mind for life. I, as a trained natural scientist, I have found an extreme, wonderful expansion of my understanding of life. I always understood life as a biological force. Of course, life is a power, but how fragile it is, how easily it is destroyed. Divine life gives us infinite restorative power. It reveals the completeness of being.